Hey guys, it's Nick, and it's Stanley Cup Qualifier round of your Chicago Blackhawks facing off against the Edmonton Oilers. Series preview. It will be a best-of-5 series, and this series does take place in the city of Edmonton. So home ice advantage, Oilers. But the thing is, we get considered home ice for a potential 2 games of this series, in Game 2 and Game 4, because it is a best-of-5. So Edmonton will have technically home ice on Game 1, Game 3, and if needed, a Game 5. So Hawks technically have only one home ice game so far. If they go 4 games, they have a second home ice game, even though it's technically on the ice of the Edmonton Oilers. So the series gets started off on August 1st. But this series may have a potential of an upset, as the Edmonton Oilers coming into the series are the 5th seed. But your 12th-seeded Chicago Blackhawks could do some damage, I feel. They're going to be coming in as the underdog. But the thing is, the underdog this series has a ton of experience when it comes to playoff hockey. Just look behind me, a 2010 banner, a 2013 banner, and of course, a 2015 banner. The Hawks have experience, and they're players that they have that help win at least 2 of the cups, but they're still players that won all 3 of them on the team. And those players with the 3 rings are Seabrook, Kane, Taze, and Keith. And then for the 2 rings, that will have to be Brandon Saad, and if Corey Crawford returns, that will be Corey Crawford. The reason why I'm not putting Andrew Shaw on there is because he will be missing this series. Well, he will be missing the entire playoffs if the Hawks go on a run. But in playoff experience alone, with Seabrook, Kane, Taze, Keith, and Saad, if Crawford doesn't return, they all tally up a total of 576 games of playoff hockey. If Corey Crawford returns, that's an additional 87 games, which will make them have 663 games played of playoff experienced hockey. That's a key right there. For the Oilers, their core, not so much experience, because they've only made the playoffs once, and it was a shorter run. They went to the second round, yes, but they haven't made it since. Connor McDavid with 13 games played. Leon Draisaitl with 13 games played. Nugent Hopkins with 13 games played. And their goaltender, Mike Smith, has their most experience with 24 games played in the playoffs, totaling up 63 games played. That's what I would consider their core players. I know they have James Neal, but the thing is, that guy made it to the multiple cup finals. But the thing is, I don't consider him part of their core, that is. Their core, I would say, is McDavid, Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, and then you need a goalie. I will throw in Mike Smith just because he does have the playoff experience, but they also have a solid other goalie. They have a good 1-2 punch in net. The Hawks, on the other hand, if Corey Crawford returns, you have a very good, experienced playoff goalie who does play well when it comes to games that matter, especially when it's do or die, like the Stanley Cup playoffs, and Corey Crawford. But if he does not return, who will be the starting netminder of the Chicago Blackhawks? That is a question that that's been running around right now. And it could be Malcolm Subban, who only played 70 seconds with your Chicago Blackhawks this entire season after trading for him by trading Robin Lehner. Kind of regretting that trade right now, but it's alright. They did not expect to be in this part of the year to make the playoffs. So, if it's Malcolm Subban, that could be very scary to see, knowing this will be his first time getting an opportunity to start in net for a Stanley Cup playoff game. Technically, this game isn't a playoff game. It is called the qualifier round. So if you win the qualifier round, you move on into the Stanley Cup playoff. But it's going to be like playoff hockey, since it is a 5-game series, and it could be brutal. And we could also see another goalie who doesn't have playoff experience, and like Colin Delia. Delia played well this year down in Rockford. He had a iffy start, but started to find his game. But he didn't make any games in the Chicago Blackhawks organization this year. His only games were in the previous season and the season before, where he played like 2 games. But now, this is an opportunity for those goalies like Subban, like Delia, and maybe like Kevin Laakkonen to see if they can be the goalie for the Blackhawks if Corey Crawford does not return. That is a big if. I would love to see Crow return to net of the Chicago Blackhawks. If he's in net, that helps the Blackhawks with big time play. And then we do have to look towards the special teams. The Hawks penalty kill, it's not bad. They were in the top 10, but the thing is, the Edmonton Oilers, they were ranked number 1 on the power play and number 2 on the penalty kill. That is scary to see. But this season hasn't happened since 4 months. The Hawks haven't played hockey for 4 months, nor did the Oilers, nor did anyone going into this 2014 playoff format has played hockey for 4 months. They've all had training camps, but until the real games happen, that doesn't mean anything. This is a whole new season, in my opinion. You're seeing rookies like Kirby Dach, Adam Boqvist, getting their chance really in their second season. This is more of a second season because they had a 4-month off. Kirby Dach apparently gotten a lot stronger during this break. And that could be a big key. The Hawks' young guys getting that opportunity. Like Kirby Dach, like Adam Boqvist, like Alex DeBrincat, who had a season that he would probably love to forget. It wasn't his greatest run. He gets playoff action for once. And maybe facing off against his former teammate from Erie might be that thing he needs to spark him to get the cat running. And then Dylan Strome, he gets playoff hockey for once. He hasn't had that opportunity. He gets to face off against his former teammate of McDavid from Erie. Yes, McDavid, DeBrincat, and Strome all are former teammates. But just look at this. The Hawks have 2 players that love to really amp up their play when they face that former teammate in Edmonton. And then they also have a former Edmonton Oiler on the team who was line mates with Connor McDavid and Drake Caggiula. Caggiula could be a very interesting piece for the Chicago Blackhawks in this run to prevail over the Edmonton Oilers. Cags, when he plays the Oilers, it seems like he amps it up a lot more when he plays his former team. And I think we could see a big spark from Caggiula in this series if he's playing during key moments of the game. And then the Hawks' fourth line with David Kampf centering it. He could be a key contributor to shutting down the McDavids on the Edmonton Oilers. He does it. He has been known to really get under McDavid's skin and not let McDavid overpower and play his style he wants to play. David Kampf's that good of a defensive forward, which we love to have. So David Kampf could be a key contributor here. And then Calder Trophy finalists, Dominic Kubalik, a 30-goal scorer. Watch out for him to really help the offense rolling on helping the power play, which was 29th in the NHL, to actually get better during a playoff run. I expect the Hawks power play probably to actually do a little bit better during the playoffs just because of the 4-month break. This is a whole new setup. The team could be gelling at the right moments, and it could help them prevail over the Edmonton Oilers. So that was my series preview. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment down below what your prediction is for this series, and thank you for watching the broadcast. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Edmonton, we're coming for you, and most of all, let's go Hawks!